While we were talking here this evening, I thought of the place where I work, which is the Constitutional Court, and most of you have seen the courtroom when it's televised or you visited. That one red bricked wall is perhaps the most important part of the court because it was built from the ruins of a pass law prison, number 4 and 5, which were on Constitution Hill. And they preserved the old fort, they preserved the women's jail. Lauren, who's Johnny's partner, was very involved in all of that. But the bricks were taken to build the court. And when we sit there, we actually have the bricks of our unjust past surrounding us. And yet our constitution is aspirational. It's a constitution that a lot of young people like to diss because I think our current tonality in our country is one of shame because of the many allegations of corruption. It's one of distress and of anger, of the internalization of racial shame that Nini has spoken about, of impatience with white people, with government, with the Constitution itself. And yet, I think that I'm making an analogy between the work that I try to do in the court, where we are guardians of this very fine, forward-looking Constitution, and what Nini has done, which is to understand the past, to understand the iniquities and the injustices and the humiliations of the past, also in their structural dimension. This isn't a book just about personal hurt. It's a book about structural injustice and how to tackle it, but also to move forward to understanding that we all have the capacity within us. You either assert it yourself or you see it. We have the capacity within us as South Africans to achieve diversity and inclusion. I believe that very firmly, and I think Nini's book is an inspiration to that and an affirmation of it. I think we've got to see the class dimension of diversity and inclusion as well. We're talking within a relatively small, 19% of us have got medical aid cover, and the Minister of Health, Erin Motsoaledi, speaks about the necessity for a national health insurance. Johnny's an expert on that. I just want to speak about are we also taking account of the fact that increasingly our society has got class barriers, and that those class barriers determine access to education, to health, to mobility, to media.